Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. Each morning, I do try to make a little time in my life to reflect upon some of the wisdom that has helped me in my life and try to share it with others. And that's the motivation for this Daily Quote. So I do hope that you find them helpful, that maybe of all the different types of quotes and bits of wisdom that has helped me in my life. Maybe some of them may find their way into your life and be helpful in some way. That's my hope and aspiration. Let's go ahead and get to today's quote. This one is from Thomas Jefferson. Honesty is the first chapter of the Book of Wisdom. Now, we've always heard things like honesty is the best policy, and here Thomas Jefferson sharing about honesty being really a foundation for wisdom in our lives. For me, what I discovered just over 40 years ago in reflecting upon changing my life, that honesty was indispensable for me to even begin the journey of having any sense of self-worth. It was only by uncovering and clarifying the secrets I've had in my life, the things I didn't feel good about who I am, those deep, dark secrets, that I was able to begin to enter the human race. I always felt less than, insecure. I had a lot of shame. I had done things in my life that I didn't feel good about and never wanted anyone to ever learn about. And it's those secrets that kept me caught up in really addiction and unhealthy habits and just a cycle of shame and behaviors I didn't feel good about. And the liberation, the freedom that would come into my life came about through honesty. I had the opportunity to literally write down everything I'd ever done, all my secrets, and share them with another human being. Wow. It was not easy and it was numbing and it was scary, but picking the right person, someone who was trustworthy, whom I could share this with. And people can do that often with a therapist or with a minister or priest or, someone that's a really good close friend. Well, it was that act of authenticity, that act of sharing, honestly, these things that I had done and these things that were imprisoning me about any sense of self-worth. And there was no big moment of, wow, this is all better. It was numbing, it was scary, and it was also the opportunity to discover that I was just like any other human, just like any other human. We all have things that we have done. We've all done things we don't feel good about. We all have secrets that we've never shared. And what I discovered is, we're as sick as our secrets. That's a quote from a very fundamental, recovery program. We are as sick as our secrets. And the healing that takes place is honesty, authentically being clear about who we are and be authentic in what we do, being honest when we make a mistake. What happened when I shared those secrets that day? Well, a couple weeks later, I realized I had nothing to hide from anyone anymore. Nothing to hide. I entered the human race. I was no longer someone different than, less than. I was a human like any other human who makes mistakes, who has the aspirations to be a good person, and who is learning how to do just that. And what I found in this life of authenticity is the foundation for all of my ability to be comfortable in my own skin, to recognize my own value, is to also acknowledge my weaknesses as well as my strengths, and to not try to present myself in a way that I am not. To be honest, make clear that when I make mistakes, I can apologize. Honesty literally did provide me the freedom I've always sought in my life. And more importantly, the ability to look in the mirror and feel okay in my own skin. So, Thomas Jefferson, Honesty, the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Well, they say the truth will set you free. And I have found that true in my life. Free from the bondage of shame and guilt and insecurity. And the ability to feel comfortable in my own skin. I hope you find this helpful.